Let's just see if we are live. Are we live? Oh, yeah, there's numbers popping up in the corner. That could be me on my tablet. Let's have a look. There we go. Hurrah. I think we're live. That's good. Yep. Hello and welcome. And if you're joining me for tonight's workshop, then just pop on the comments and say hi, so I know who's here. That would be fabulous. Well, I slurp my tea and wait for people to join us. Hi Sheena, eating your chocolate. Have you saved your sins especially? You are so good. I am so impressed. So impressed. You're doing so well, Sheena. Well done. You've got much more willpower than me at the moment. I even had to get my big baggy jumper out today to cover everything up. Although it's been pretty chilly today, don't you think? So, yeah. Hi, Amber. Hi, Chris. Chris says hi, but not Amber. Is she making the tea? Is she getting her kit out ready? That will be good. Who else is joining us? If you're here, say hi. So I know who's in the room. That would be great. I'm all on my own tonight, so I've got no one to chat to. So you lot are going to have to talk to me. Still having issues with typing. Yeah, you're going to have to talk to me tonight because I'm on my own because Evelyn has changed swimming squads and she now does a 2-hour training session from 7 till 9 on a Thursday night. So Thursday night card clubs, I'm going to be here all on my own. So I need you to talk to me so that I don't feel like I'm on my own. Chris says M&S are still in there. 4 pound boxes of chocolate. Yum. Well, send some over here then. Goodness, don't keep it all to yourself. I'm hoping that everything will go fine tonight. As Evelyn was leaving, walking out the door, hi Marion, she said to me in that very kind of condescending 13-year-old way, oh, I'm sure you'll do fine, Mum, but good luck. Hi Susie, which I thought was very sweet of her. So just fingers crossed that all the tech works is all I can say. We had a kind of dry run on Saturday when we did the 5 Fancy Folds workshop, and we did 2 recordings and it seemed, touch wood, to work okay. So I'm just hoping that everything will go okay today as well. And because if it all goes wrong, I have no tech guru here because Darren's coaching the swimming and Alexander's upstairs on the Xbox. So anyway, I'll just hang on while people are joining us. I can see the numbers are going up and people are logging in, so we will hang on before we get started. Hi Sally. Hiya. Hi Carol. Oh, it's good to have everybody join. Hi Dee. Fantastic. Loads of people here. This is really good. Okay. I just hope that my mum has remembered because she tried to have card club at her house last Thursday when the rest of us weren't, so I'm just hoping she has remembered that it is tonight. I did send her a text earlier on to remind her, so let's hope so. Anyway, okay, so while we're waiting for a few more people to join us, we are going to be making 3 cards tonight from the Sweet as a Peach suite. Yep. I think actually in the catalogue it's called You're a Peach, but the stamp set and the bundle is Sweet as a Peach. So if you are looking for it, it's in the annual catalogue, the big catalogue, and it's on pages 60 and 61 if you're looking for it. So we're going to be using that set for 3 cards. And then we're going to be making our first Christmas card of 2021. And our first Christmas card is going to be from the mini catalogue, from that one, obviously. Because that's where all the Christmas stuff is, and it's on page 33. We're going to be using the Penguin Place bundle, so that one there with the cute little penguin and his friends. So a quick reminder before we get started, if you wanted more fussy cutting, no, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Should be fine, I think. No more fussy cutting tonight. Should be good. Yeah, if you have been looking at the celebration brochure and you were thinking, oh, I quite like that Christmas set or that stamp set or whatever, and you've been thinking about purchasing celebration items so that you get free goodies in celebration, just a final reminder, tonight at 11 p.m, that is the last time that you can order celebration goodies until January, when we have a new celebration. So all of the products that are in the current celebration brochure will go, and we will have a whole new offering from January for a couple of months. So if you wanted anything that was in the little celebration brochure, you only have until 11 o'clock tonight to order. So I would jot things down as you're going along, and then get online straight after Card Club and place your order. And thank you to everybody who has placed orders, especially in the last couple of days. There's been a real flurry. And we've had new demonstrators join me as well, which is fantastic, by buying the starter kit instead of just placing an order, because you get a fantastic deal if you sign up by buying the starter kit. Oh, I can see my mum's joined us. Hi, Mum. So tonight is your last chance, basically. So my plan for between now and Christmas, if I've frozen Sally, you might need to pause me and start me again, which you can do in live, or go out and come back in again. Yeah, give it a try. So my plan between now and Christmas, for card clubs and coffee club and everything else, is that we are going to gradually build up the amount of Christmas that we're introducing, because I know Christmas this early on isn't everybody's cup of tea. I think most crafters quite like getting on with Christmas early. I certainly do. But I'm not going to go full steam ahead for Christmas just yet, because we've still got lots of lovely things to play with from the annual catalogue, as well as the main catalogue. So this month, and then in October Card Club, we're going to be doing 3 cards that are non-Christmas and 1 card that is Christmas card. In October, we've also got, for everybody who's already signed up, we've got the all-day Christmas extravaganza, where obviously more is more. So there's going to be plenty of Christmas, and only Christmas. Then in November Card Club, I am planning only Christmas cards for November. And in December, those of you who are really astute and read my Monday morning emails, you will notice I've added an extra little date in, and the date is I think it's the 9th of December. So that will be our last making session before Christmas, but it won't be normal card club, it won't be coffee club, it'll be something entirely different that I have never done before, and I'm really hoping that you're going to love it. It's kind of a bit of a party evening. There'll be lots of prizes and giveaways and stuff, but we're going to do something called mystery stamping, which I hope you're going to love. I've done it with my demonstrator team, and it was lots of fun. So brace yourselves for something entirely different. It will be completely free as well, so anybody can join. Yeah, so hopefully you'll really enjoy it. I hope so. Okay, so Amber saying, I don't normally start Christmas until after Advent Sunday, but not this year. No, because Amber is also, you lucky people who are coming to the Christmas extravaganza, Amber is one of my crafty creative customers, who I kind of pounced on and asked her if she would mind doing some projects for me to share with you during the breaks of the Christmas workshop. So you're going to get to see all her lovely makes as well as mine. So that's fantastic. So yeah, thank you for doing that, Amber. Really appreciate it. Okie dokie. Right, I think we will crack on. I've got a whole load of lights to set up because obviously I need to turn the camera down, whereas normally I'd be just turning it around so that it faced Evelyn, as she's not here anymore. You're going to have to look at my hands instead. So just bear with me a moment while I turn on all the various lighting systems and switch things around, okay? So let's have lights first. And let's turn the camera around. Oops, does it? There we go. There we go. Okie dokie. So, hopefully you can see the 3 cards that we're going to be making live tonight. And then the Christmas card, our first Christmas card make with the penguin, that will be a card that you can make in your own time. It's quite a simple put together, but I will show you how to put the penguin together. So don't worry. You will get some instructions. But these are the 3 Sweet as a Peach cards that we're going to be making tonight. And I've got lots of tips and tricks and things to show you. I'm also going to show you ways you can step it up and ways you can kind of step it down. Hopefully from the email that I sent round on Tuesday, I think, you'll have got that you either needed some fruit or some flowers to go with this set if you don't have Sweet as a Peach. Sweet as a Peach is a really clever set, I think. This is the stamp set. So you get loads of sentiments up in the corner here and lots of cool ones like just hello friend, let's celebrate, it's your day, you're as, and then you've got lots of different things that you can add in and thanks for being as and things like that. As well as quite a nice, I think that's quite a nice font for the happy birthday and the thanks so much. So I really like this set because I just think it's a really versatile set and it's really good. Sally, I think the freezing must be you, not me, because unless I'm freezing for other people, I don't think it's me. The best thing to do is to pause me, which you can do live, and then sort of give it a couple of seconds and then start me up again. Apparently that works really well, apparently. So I've been told anyway. Back to the Sweet as a Peach. So you've also got the peach, as in James and the Giant peach, and the leaves. Then you've also got smaller, like a branch of leaves and some little peaches in the corner here. And the peaches I will show you layer over the top of the leaves to fit in the holes here, to fit on the ends of the branches. But if you don't want the peaches, you've also got some flowers, and the flowers also fit in the holes. They line up perfectly in the holes, as well as some other little tiny flowers and some little tiny leaves. So it's really versatile, this set, because you can have peaches, or I'll show you a bit later, you can have other fruit with it as well. Do you remember, anybody remember the strawberry set that we used? I think I did a whole series on Facebook of strawberry cards in August. So when I was away, I shared lots of strawberry cards. And if you remember, the very last card that I shared was an upside down strawberry, which then turned into a pear instead, just done in different colours. Well, the Sweet as a Peach is a similar set in that you can turn the peach into other fruit. So I will show you as we go on. Okay, so these are the 3 cards that we're going to make to start with. And we're going to start with this one. So let's get these 2 out the way. And we're going to start with the happy birthday. Right, let me find what we need. So you will need your blue base piece of card, your card base, your card template, card blank. you're going to need the piece of blue and white stripy patterned paper. You've got a piece of patterned paper that's got some peaches on it with a blue background, and it's cut out using the scalloped stitched frames, which is really pretty. And then you should have a little bag, which will look a little bit like this, or slightly different size, which is all full of loads of bits and pieces, okay? Be really careful when you open this bag, because there are lots of penguins' feet in the bottom of it, which you don't want to lose, as well as penguins' eyes. The bit you're looking for this particular card is this one, the tag. And you will also need for this one a bit of ribbon and a bit of linen thread as well. And then the rest of that bag, keep that separate and get that out the way so you don't lose anything. Now, if you're going to add anything to this, so I've added this big peach in the bottom corner here, and I'll show you how I stamped that to get that sort of depth of colour in the peach. Then you'll need a bit of extra card from your own stash, just to stamp whatever it is you're going to stamp on it, whether it's fruit or flowers or whatever. Given you've already got peaches on here, you might just want to put the happy birthday on the tag and not bother about adding extra peaches or extra flowers or extra anything. It's completely up to you. If you want to keep it nice and simple, then we're going to stick all these elements down and then stick the sentiment on there, add your ribbon and your bow on the top here, and that can be your card completely finished. But I'm going to show you how to stamp and cut out the peach, the large peach from this set, okay, as well. So, but let's get started with layering up first. So the first thing you need to do is obviously to fold and crease your card. So just going to make a nice sharp crease on the fold there. It's a tent fold card, so it stands up that way round, okay. So that's your starting point. And then the next layer is the blue and white striped paper, which may well, it may kind of overlap the edge because it's not precision cut. So, and that's okay actually, because then you can trim the edges off and you won't have a gap at the end. So you can line one side up and then trim the other side off. So first thing I'm going to do is to just add a bit of tape, which is seal. I'm using seal, but you can use any kind of glue, tape, whatever you want. Oh, I haven't used this one for a while. It's got a bit stuck. Let's get it going. There we go. Yeah, so whatever your adhesive of choice is. It's paper on card, so you don't need a 3D adhesive or anything. And I have stuck the stripes right down the middle of the card, so side to side, just gonna stick it straight down the middle. And then, like I say, I'm going to turn it over and just cut off that excess down the side, just with plain scissors, so nothing fancy at all. There we go. Just get rid of that bit. If I can pick it up, don't need that bit. So just straight down the centre there, out the way. Don't know where oh, there's the lid to my scissors. And then the next layer is the peaches, and again it's just straight flat down. Now if you wanted to step this card up, you could put dimensionals behind this and raise it up if you wanted to. I'm not going to bother. I think it doesn't need the depth at this point. Now, so I am using seal again because it's paper on paper. And you probably can just about see, I've not gone right to the edge of the scallops because the stitched edge means that there are some holes in the paper. So I've just come slightly in from the edge, which is worth considering because it will still stay flat down where you put it. So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, Audrey's joined us. Hi, Audrey. Got lost in the system. Oh dear. Well, we're only on our first card, so don't worry. So you need to put your card out flat so you've got a nice flat surface. Make sure your peaches are the right way round so the leaves are going upwards. And you're going to stick that across the top of the
stripes, but right in the middle. There we go. Flat down, right in the middle. And then once you've done that, it's your tag that's the next thing to look at. Excuse me. Now, the tag and the tag on this card, the tag on this one as well, the large tag, comes from the Tailor Tag die set, tailor-made tags die set. And I promised that I would show you this set because it's not obvious in the catalogue. So I am going to show you it here. So you can just see how many tags you actually get in the set. So you get 4 different sizes of kind of rounded top tags and 4 square top tags. And you get these little pieces as well. So these pieces cut out little, and these, they cut out little washers, 3 at a time or 4 at a time, to go over the top and reinforce the holes on the tags. Now, you people who've crafted with me for a while know I'm an absolute tag fanatic. I love making tags. It's one of my favourite things to do. But this year with the tailor-made tags die set, I have also discovered that tags go really nicely on cards as well. Hence, the tag on this card and the tag on this card, which this one was designed by another demonstrator actually, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But anyway, you get the idea. Tags are really versatile as dies or as punches actually, because you can use them on their own as a tag on a card, but on a present rather, but you can equally use them on a card as well. So fantastic, I think. So I'm just going to stamp a happy birthday on there first. So the happy birthday from this suite goes really well. In fact, I'm not going to. I'm going to do the thanks so much instead, as I've already got a happy birthday. So I'm going to use, it's photopolymer, so really easy stamp set to work with because you can see straight through it. And the colours in this suite are really beautiful peachy colours, obviously. So I'm going to use the Calypso Coral, which is the slightly darker colour in this suite for my thanks so much, which I'm just going to stick straight down the middle, but not too close to the hole because I want to put some ribbon through the hole. So not too close. There we go. Just give it a quick wipe off. Okay. Just put that one back a minute. And then I'm going to add the ribbon. So you're going to need the ribbon for 2 of these cards. So you don't need too much ribbon on this particular card. So I'm just going to thread it through the hole. Oops, if I can get it to come through. Just one corner is all you need to grab. There we go. So that it's just a couple of inches poking out the top, not too far. And then I'm going to chop that off and get rid of that ribbon for the time being. That will be for later on for another one of the cards. And then all I'm going to do to hold it in place is tie a bow using the linen thread around the top of the ribbon, and that will hold it in place. So I'm not tying the ribbon itself, I'm just tying the linen thread. And you can kind of fiddle about with it once you've got the bow tied. You just need to get your bow tied, and then you can kind of fiddle about with the ears of the bow and the length of the thread and things like that. So just chop those ends off. Don't want them to kind of overwhelm the ribbon. The ribbon is the star. And then I'm just going to make sure that I cut my ends of ribbon at an angle so that it just looks a bit prettier when I put it on the card. And then my tag on this card is on 3D pads. So it's just, I don't know if you can just see that, it's just a little bit raised up there on the card. So, but if you don't have 3D pads, you can stick it flat down. It doesn't have to be raised. So I'm going to stick this one down flat to show you the difference. I'm going to use glue for this, multi-purpose glue, just because the tag has got bits attached to it. I don't want it to move really, so I'm just gonna stick it a bit flatter and a bit firmer using the multi-purpose glue. So there we go. So you could leave the card exactly like that if you wanted to. You've got your peaches, you've got some picture on there, you've got your pattern. You wouldn't have to add anything more if you didn't want to, but I am going to show you how I did the peach. Now, if you have a look at this peach, and you can do this on any stamp that you've got, doesn't matter whether it's a fruit, a flower, or whatever it is, you could do this on any stamp set at all. Now, if you look at the peach here, you'll see that there's this dark line down the sort of just off center of the peach to give it a bit of extra dimension. Now you can see that there is a slight watercolor effect on the stamp set anyway, but what I wanted to add was a bit more depth of color. So what I decided to do was to add 2 different tones onto the same stamp. Okay, so I'm going to get my block and get out the peach, stick that to the block, and then I'm going to start with my lighter colour. So the lighter colour in this suite is Pale Papaya, which is one of the new in colours. So I'm going to start by inking up with the lighter colour. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to that Calypso Coral that I used on the Thanks So Much and the Happy Birthday. And I'm going to get a sponge dauber that goes on the end of your finger. These come in a pack of 5 at a time, I think. I'm just going to add a little bit of Calypso Coral to the sponge dauber. And then I'm going to go round that kind of dividing line of the peach there, just adding a little bit of Calypso Coral colour. So can you see on the stamp there, we've got the Pale Papaya and then a little bit of Calypso Coral going down the centre. And then I'm just going to stamp it like normal. And there you go, you get that nice kind of watercolour, but also the 3D colour effect to it as well. So it just gives you that little bit of depth of colour, as well as, you know, what the stamp already gives you, which is great. And then also I would like a leaf for my peach. So I'm going to also stamp a leaf. I could do this, could do the kind of tonal thing for the leaf as well, but I'm not going to bother on this one because I think the card is busy enough. It's got enough going on. So let's just get rid of these ink pads a moment. And we'll go on to, so the green that I'm using from this suite, there's several greens in the set that in your stash that will go with this. Old Olive and Pear Pizzazz work particularly well. I think the green that's actually in the papers is Pear Pizzazz, which is what I've chosen. And again, you've got any of the stamps that have got this kind of hashed effect to them. That creates a kind of watercolour look when you stamp it. There we go. So you get a bit of kind of textural dimension from the stamp set itself as well. And then I'm not going to fussy cut these because there's a beautiful die set that goes with this. So I do not need to fussy cut, so I can use the peach dies instead. So let me just move my cards out of the way for a moment. Let's just move those to one side for a sec. So I can show you the dies. So this is the dies that you get in the set. you've got the peach that will go over the peach, obviously. And you've got the leaf, there he is, that will go over your leaf. And once you've cut your leaf out, it can go either way up. So that can be the top, or that can be the top of the stalk. I'll show you in a minute when I've cut it out. So I'm going to cut those two out, but you also get dies to cut out the flowers that I showed you, the smaller peaches, the whole leaf arrangement, a branch, and then you get loads of extra little leaves and little flowers. And then you also get this flash here that is a banner for some of the stamped sentiments. So things like the hello and friend and things all fit inside that banner. So it's a really good set, I think. Gives you lots of choice of things that you can do with it. So being as these are quite small dies, I'm also going to show you, for those of you who don't have a cutting and embossing machine, I'm going to show you this one, which is our new mini cut and emboss, which is actually a really, really cool machine. It's really lightweight. It sits really easily on your craft room shelf. You open up the wings, so to speak, to get your platforms. And then it comes with all the usual, even though it's a mini, you still get all your usual die cutting platforms, embossing platforms. You can 3D emboss with it, the whole works. It's just kind of half the size, that's all. And as you can see, I've used it absolutely tons. It's brilliant. So I'm just going to shove my dies to be cut out on there. Just need to get these in exactly the right place. This is, you'll have to forgive me if I don't get these spot on, because it's quite difficult to do when I'm looking at the side instead of over the top, as I would be if I was crafting in my normal kind of setup and doing this. And then it just goes through like a normal die cutting machine, if I can. Move the dies, hang on. Get them set. Might have to do one at a time instead, or might even have to stick some. I'm doing it at an angle. I might have to stick a bit of tape over the top to stop them moving. Hopefully not. There we go. Right, let's see if that'll work. Squash my sandwich down and hold it tight. There we go. So you need hardly any force to move the die machine along as well. It's not like using the big shot style, you know, the very large one. It's much easier. So if you've got any kind of problems with your hands or wrists or whatever, this is a much easier machine to use. And then when you've finished, you just fold the side platforms up again, and it's just like a little handbag. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Darren bought it for me for my birthday, and honestly, I barely get my big shot out anymore. I pretty much use this one for everything now. So there we go. It's a little bit off centre, the peach, but that's just because I couldn't see over the top so easily. Anyway, let's get rid of the platforms and stuff and go back to our card, shall we? So there's the sample, and this is the one that we're making. So as I said before, your leaves can go that way or that way. You can have your leaves facing whichever way you want them to. So my peach is going to go kind of down here underneath my thanks so much. So I am going to stick it under like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my peach flat. On this card, I've put it on 3D pads, but all of this card is going to be flat. So before I stick the peach down, I need to just stick my leaves on the back of it. So I'm just going to stick a little blob of glue at the top here. There we go. So that I can put my leaves in the right place behind it. I'm literally just going to kind of stick it to the back there, look. and then I can put some glue over the whole thing, including my leaves. Just a bit, you don't need loads, so that I can then stick my peach in place where I want it to be. Let's just get that bit of linen twine out from underneath. There we go. And that is card number 1. So who is crafting along with me? Well, I have a little slurp of my tea. And what sets are you using? If you're not using Sweet as a Peach, what sets are you using for your fruits and flowers? Do tell me while I put the dies away a moment, so I don't lose any bits. Sally's crafting, fab. Carol, and she's using the strawberries. Oh, good choice, Carol. Good choice. I do love that strawberry set. It's really nice, actually. Good choice. Anybody else crafting along? Dee is crafting. Fabulous. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, Sheena is, and she's fussy cutting peaches and leaves. Oh, Amber, I'm sure Amber is proud of you, Sheena. That is really well done. Brilliant. Okay. Keep talking to me, keep chatting. I am going to pull a raffle ticket because I think it's time. So let's see what prizes we've got tonight first. So prizes. As it's the end of celebration, we have the beautiful Bedazzling speciality paper. So this reminds me of Strictly Come Dancing, to be perfectly honest, which we're also massive fans of in this house, as you might expect, as we love everything that's got a bit of a sparkle and a spangle on it. So we've got this beautiful sparkly Christmas paper. We've got the Textures and Frames stamp set, which has lovely splodges and frames for sentiments and stripes and all kinds of cool stuff. Thought the stripes went really well with the Sweets of Peach, to be truthful, so that's why we've got that one. And then we've got some Simply Elegant trim, so we've got gold and silver trim to get you into the mood ready for your kind of autumn and Christmas crafting. So we've got a bag of that as well. Okay, so 3 different prizes. Also, I should say, I still have a Textures and Frames stamp set from Saturday that has not yet been claimed. So even if you haven't actually made the cards yet, it'd be well worth you looking in your kit and see what your raffle ticket number is, because if you then look on the videos, you'll see which one has not yet been claimed. Mum's doing Bloom with Hope flowers. Oh, nice. I love that set as well. Right. Okay. So here we go. So I'll put the lid on that before I lose the rest of them a minute. So raffle ticket number 1, prize number 1 goes to number 229. Who has got 229, and which prize would you like from our 3, so that I can put your name on it? So 229, whose is that, and which would you like? You've got the Bedazzling paper, you've got the Simply Elegant trim, and you've got the Textures and Frames stamp set. So which would you like? Who does it belong to? 229. There's quite a few of you with me tonight, so chances are it is going to be somebody who is here, hopefully. Hopefully. If not, I will stick some tape on it, and then we'll see at the end if anybody's claimed it. So I'll put that one to one side. We'll draw another one in a moment. Okay, so hopefully everybody's well on their way or quite happy with their blue peach card. Not me, says Amber. Okay, not this time, next time maybe. So we're going to put that one to one side. That's card number 1 completed. And let's move on to card number 2. Card number 2 is this one. So you're going to need for this one some more little bits. You are going to need your Calypso Coral card base, your spotty background, which also might look like that on the other side, spotty background. This is loads of layers, this card. You're going to need some white background, little tiny peaches. This reminds me of Laura Ashley print. When I was little, my friend had Laura Ashley wallpaper on her bedroom walls. That's Rachel Pike, Mum, if you can remember. She had little red apples in this. It looked exactly like this, only it was red apples. Right, that's what this reminds me of. Then you've got a bit of green with some flowers on the back. And from the bit of green, I've cut a kind of just a slash, if you like. It's about 1 centimetre wide. So it's just kind of a slash of paper. So you're going to need that as well. And your tag. And then on top of your tag, you're going to put whatever you want in terms of stamped images. Okay, so that's all you need. You don't need anything else from your little bag other than I've put on an extra bit of the ribbon to put to make a little bow on the top. Okay, so really easy, this one. It's just lots of layers. Now this card, as I said to you at the beginning, this card was designed by a demonstrator friend of mine. So this layout, actually I am going to show you another card with the same layout, which those of you who were with me on Saturday, you will have seen this one before. If you imagine this card is a template, so you've got the layers all, but you use a different suite of products, then it can look like this instead. So this card was designed by Kerry Timms, who is a fantastic demonstrator from Gloucester. If you're into kind of lots of layered, complicated cards, it's really worth going and checking out her Pinterest page. TIMMS, Kerry Timms. She's absolutely fantastic, really, really clever, creative lady, and she makes some absolutely beautiful cards. So it just goes to show what you can get at the same layout. Anyway, so that one was with Blackberry Beauty, but this time we're sticking with Sweet as a Peach. So we're going to start by our base layers, and I am going to, this is the stepped up version, so I'm going to show you, if you can see just kind of on the sides where I've got lots of 3D layers, so loads of 3D pads. I've got pads behind most of the flowers and the leaves, and then I've added some extra flowers in underneath and behind so that it gives that extra bit of dimension. And my sentiment is also on 3D pads. But the card that I'm going to make tonight, I'm going to keep it really nice and simple and clean. So I'm going to do everything flat. And it's not because I've run out of 3D pads, I promise you. But I am going to do everything flat tonight. So first things first, let's get our first layer. Fold and crease your card base. And then add your first layer, which is your spots. So there it is, where's my seal? So I'm going to add my spots. Flat down, nice and simple, this one. Doesn't matter which way up your spots are, you just need to make sure you've got an even border around the outside. I tend to cut about 0.5 centimetre extra border to the size of the card front. There we go. I have to keep touching my iPad because it keeps going off because it's my work one, so it keeps disappearing. Anyway. The next thing is your little Laura Ashley, little ditzy print peaches. I've allowed 2 rows of dots so that I know where this one goes. So again, just a bit of seal across the back. It's paper on paper, so it doesn't need anything too complicated. I just want to make sure that it's central either side as well. There we go. And then next I need to cut my layer to go across, because I'm going to put my tag down and then I'm going to put my layer across. So I'm just going to cut that one first so that that one is ready to go. And as I said, I cut it at about 1 centimetre. So I'm just going to get my trimmer a minute. and just slice off 1 centimetre. Actually, I'm going to make, I think maybe I'm going to make it a bit bigger than that, maybe 1.5 centimetres, this one, I think. Let's have a look and see which one we prefer. So that's 1 centimetre. That might be a bit thin, mightn't it? Or I've got 1.5 centimetres. I think let's go with 1.5 centimetres. Okay, so, and then I'm just going to freehand cut the angles, but I'm going to show you a really cool way to make sure that your angle is the same on both sides. So what you do is you loosely fold it over, so you don't crease the centre, you just curl it over, and then you cut your angle. So you've got both sides are matching. Oops, let's get them really sharp together. And then you just cut your angle off both of them at the same time, and then when you undo it, you've got an angle that is identical on either side. So on this card, I cut my angles so that one was going one way and one was going the other way. But on this one, I'm going to do it, might have it that way up, might have it the other way up. But just wanted to add in and show you that extra little technique so that you can choose to do that if you want to or not. But it just helps you with, I know fussy cutting is a bit of a no-no in this group. So I just wanted to show you that it is possible to do fussy cutting for some things without it being too complicated. So yeah, just wanted to show you what you could do really. Okay, so for my tag, because I'm stepping it down, I'm not going to die cut all the flowers. I'm going to stamp them directly onto the tag. So I'm going to find, let me just put that card out of the way a minute. So I need the leaves, and then I need either my peaches or my flowers. Let's get that one out of the way. So yeah, so I am going to need I'm going to go on it. Oh yeah, no, that'll be okay. Will fit on there. There we go. These blocks, incidentally, these little clear blocks, are the ones that come in the kits, in the new kits. You get a clear block with every kit that's got stamps in it, so it's really cool. Yeah, and they're really brilliant blocks, actually, really good quality. So I'm going to go back to my Pear Pizzazz again and just stamp off some ink on the leaves. And my leaves are going to come in at a bit of an angle. What do I need? I need a bit of space at the bottom. Let's go back to the card. I need a bit of space at the bottom to be able to add my little strip of green. So I'm going to bring my leaves fairly high up the card, but also acknowledging that it's okay for my leaves to go off the edge because I'm not die cutting these. I'm just stamping them flat. So that is absolutely fine. There we go. So can you see in this stamp set, you can see the holes, look, where the fruit or flowers go. So let's get rid of that. Yep. So put the leaves back. And then I can work out which way around they go. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? There we go. And then I need to choose between my fruit or my flowers. So I think I will go with flowers for this one. Now the trick with the photopolymers, and this is why this is such a good stamp set to have photopolymer, is that you need to work out which way round you want your flowers to go. So I've got some stems here, look, that are going to need some flowers coming off of them, and then these couple down here. So I want to work out roughly where do I want my flowers to go so that they look like they're meant to be. And there isn't really a right or wrong to this, to be truthful. It's very much where you want them to go. So I think I will probably put them somewhere like that, I think. So I'm going to just line up on my grid paper my surface that I'm going to stamp underneath, and then put my block on the top, making sure that my block is actually square with a line on the grid paper, so that then when I come to actually stamp it in a moment, and you could use the Stamparatus obviously for this as well if you've got one, but when I come to stamp it, I then know that my flowers are going to be in the place where I want them to be. So I'm going to stamp the basic petal using the pale papaya again. So I'm going to turn them over, try not to get my sleeve in there, and then I'm going to line up the edge. Let's get that ink pad out of the way or I'm going to get covered. I can see it coming. Right, so let's get the tag, the stamped surface in line with the grid paper line, and then the edge of the stamping block lined up with the lines on the grid paper as well, so that then when I stamp it, it is pretty much where I want it to be. There we go, so that it's coming off the lines of the branches. And then I'm just going to add a couple of little starbursts in the middle. So there's this little teeny tiny little stamp. That's going to give me some starbursts in the middle of my flowers. So I'm just going to, let's get rid of the pale papaya and we'll go back to, let's get rid of that stamp, I'll go for a smaller one. I'm going to go back to the Calypso Coral for my starbursts. You see how tiny they are. But I'm going to put my starbursts in the middle of my flowers. There we go. And then also I am going to add, and this is where I would really urge you to go back to maybe some of your, I mean, it might be some of the sets that you've got out tonight that you're using tonight, but go back to some of your favourite sets where you tend to use the same stamps out of the set time and time again. Now you can see, actually if I put it down on the white, you can see which stamps I've used loads because they're pink. Because our inks being water-based, the pinks and the red dyes within them tend to stick on the photopolymer stamps. Doesn't make any difference to the quality of the stamping, or you know, it doesn't last. You don't get that imprint on the next stamp, but you can see which ones I've used the most. So try to use maybe some of your little tiny stamps that you maybe don't often use. So in my case, I'm going to use these tiny little flowers because they're just super cute. And I'm just going to fill in the gaps basically with these little flowers. So just add in a little bit more, just a bit more, bit off the side there. So it kind of goes off the edge of the, there we go. So what you can do with these little tiny stamps is you can elongate the image a bit. So if you just put a couple of rows of little, whether it's stars or for Christmas might be snowflakes, or it could be anything that you've got in that stamp set, but just a few extra on the edges of your image, whether you've stamped it flat like me or whether you're layering it like this card, it just pulls out the image and elongates it a little bit. So you just get like a bit extra, if you like, really. Okay, so that is my stamped tag. Let's get rid of the stamps. Get those for a moment. Here we go. So I'm going to put the tag on flat, like I said, and I've got one complete row of peaches visible underneath, as you can see. So I'm going to make sure that I line it up with the one complete row of peaches underneath before I stick it down. As I said before, I'm going to stick all mine down flat tonight so that you can see the difference. It's card going on top here, so I just want it to be a bit more of a robust stick by adding some multi-purpose adhesive rather than tape to this one. Want a little bit of a border on this side, but not too much. So about there, I think. About there. There we go. Then you've got your flash of green to go on. And then finally your sentiment on the top. So I am not going to put sentiment on this one. I'm just going to leave that one blank and then do an Evelyn technique where I put the sentiment on when I give it. So Evelyn was actually adding a sentiment to one of her cards only this afternoon because it's Darren's mum's birthday over the weekend. So we went round to see her because she's going away tomorrow. And just before we went, she stamped her happy birthday on her card that she'd chosen because she doesn't like stamping sentiments on things till the last minute so that her cards remain nice and versatile. So there you go. So I'm going to do, you can guess what I'm going to say, bunny ears bow to go on the top so that it's a nice flat bow. So I've got loads of ribbon so I can do it right in the middle. 1 bunny ear, 2 bunny ears, over the top of each other, through the little rabbit hole, and if I can grab the bunny ear, there we go, and then pull it through. And then you just hold the knot in the middle and fiddle about with it as much as you like till you get it how flat you want it. And you get the ears the size that you want them to be. So roughly about that, not too big. And then I am going to stick a glue dot behind my bow so that it stays in place. So if you've not seen glue dots before, they're literally little blobs of glue on a roll. And you stick whatever you're sticking down to it. So in this case, the knot of the bow, peel it off and it's on the back. And there you go. So dead simple. And then just need to cut the ends off again. So again, I don't want it too much over my flowers this time, so I'm not going to go too mad with the ribbon ends. Kind of want it to be plenty visible. I want my flowers to be nice and visible. So there you go. You can see the difference between the raised 3D one and the flat card. There you go. Okay, how are people getting on? How's everybody doing? That is card number 2 finished. Are you liking the Sweet as a Peach? It is one of my favourite sets out of the annual catalogue, I think. I really like it. Okay, while you're finishing off and while you're typing back to me, we'll get our prizes out again and see if we can manage to entice anybody to win one tonight, shall we? Give it a good shake. Okay, raffle prize number 2 is for number 233. Who has got 233? Please tell me that you are in the room. Number 233. Who's got that one? And if you've only just found your raffle ticket, we're also looking for 229. 233 or 229 we're looking for. Let me know if either of those are yours. 233 or 229. Anybody want to claim that? And if you do, what would you like? You've got the bedazzling paper, the Simply Elegant trim, and the textures and frames stamp set. $233. Any takers? Are we going to have an evening where nobody who is here wins any prizes? That would be awful. I do like giving prizes away. Okay, and put that one to one side as well then. that one to one side. If you've got that one, do let me know. And let me know how you're getting on with your card. If you are ready to move on, give me some thumbs up. Or when you're ready to move on, give me some thumbs up. Just put the raffle tickets in there. There we go. And then you can see if it's yours. 233 and 229. Sheena's ready. Fabulous. Okie dokie. Ready but not a winning raffle ticket this time, Sheena, then. Never mind. Next time. We will hang on. It's fine. Let's get rid of that card. That's card number 2. Let's move him out the way. Okay. Card number 3 is this one. Have a peachy day. But we will hold on a moment or wait for people to kind of catch up, which is fine. Nope, Sheena's waiting for the bees. I've got no bees to give away, Sheena. I'm really sorry. No bees. I did order some today for a customer, but I've got no bees to give away, I'm afraid. All my bees were spent on Saturday in the with the Blackberry Bliss, Blackberry Beauty suite, which was fab, wasn't it? I mean, I just love that suite. We're going to have another card using some papers from that suite next month as well, actually. So next month's theme is going to be kind of rich and luxurious, I would say. I'm going to be using lots of different sweets and products from the catalogue, but the theme will remain the same with all of them. And the theme is very much rich and luxurious. So yeah, hopefully you'll love it. Ooh, let's add a bit more light on the subject there. Okay, give me some thumbs up if you're ready to move on to Have a Peachy Day. Please. You're very quiet tonight. I need you to talk to me. Oh, Dee's got thumbs up. Thank you, Dee. Oh, there we go. There's a few. There's always a bit of a delay on the iPad with the signs coming through, so brilliant. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I will share with you. Oh, there's some more thumbs up coming. Good. I'll share with you. There's this card, and I'll share with you the alternatives. Okay, so if you remember right at the very beginning, when I was showing you the stamp set, I said that the stamp set could be other fruits as well. So this peach and these peaches down here could be turned into other different fruits. Okay, so this is the peach version. We've then got, well, I think these could be plums, or I guess they could be black currants, actually, depending on which colour kind of purple you use. This is using blackberry, but you could, it could be black currants, whatever, really. Chris says he's eaten half a box of chocolate biscuits, says he's very bad. Yes, very bad. So that's version 2, exactly the same card layout. Just using different colours gives you a different fruit. And then this one is number 3, which is apples. Hopefully you can see. So as you can see with this one, I've used the same technique using the dauber, the sponge dauber. So the basic colour is the green of the apple. And then I've added a bit of red on the edges. to create the apple look instead of the peach look, and instead of the plum or blackcurrant look. I mean, if you think of these as currants, you could also then go for red currants as well, couldn't you? So that's what I mean about this set. I think it's really versatile. You know, the papers work any way round as well. So, you know, you've got greens and blues as well as the peachy colours in there. So lots of choice, basically. Lots of choice. Okay, so let me get those two out the way. Let's focus on this one. So you are going to need, from your pack, you're going to need your card base, which may already be folded for you, but is a pale papaya base. Your first layer is the green, which is pear pizzazz, and you're just going to stick that flat onto the card. Your second layer is the stripy patterned papers, which again you're going to stick flat on the card. I don't have this card in my pack to make, actually. I can't remember why I don't, but I don't. And then you're going to need your plate that goes on the top is from one of the stitched shapes die sets. Oops, I'm going to lose bits if I'm not careful. And you're going to need your plate to go on the top. So let me just get the rest of the penguin out of the way, because I do not wish to lose him. I thought if you printed them upside down, then they might look like chestnuts. Yes, chestnuts or conkers. Definitely. I like that idea. Definitely chestnuts or conkers. Yeah, brilliant. Well done, Jodie. See, just got to have a bit of creative thinking. Do you know the best way to try these things as well, as I think probably happened with the strawberries and the pears, is if you just stamp them in different colours and see what happens. Just have a piece of spare paper or a bit of grid paper and just stamp things using different colours and see what they come out like. And you will get that effect. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my plate while you're adding your layers. And yeah, and then as I don't have the card to put together, I will show you how I'm going to stamp instead. So I'm going to need my leaves, I am going to need my peaches, and I'm going to need my sentiment as well, because my sentiment is on the plate, not added extra. So now the trick with this is to stamp your sentiment first, so that you get it where you want it to go, and it doesn't get covered up by any of your leaves or anything. So I am going to go for, I use loads of thank you cards. So I could have a thanks so much, but I've got a thanks so much. No, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll have, maybe I'll have to a sweet friend instead. That's quite nice. There we go. Let's have that one. So I need a block. There we go. I'm going to stamp it in the Calypso Coral. I'm just going to put it in this corner here. There we go. So that is done and in place first, before I move on to doing any leaves or peaches or anything. So back to my bigger block, which I'm going to line up on top, and I'm going to stamp using the pear pizzazz again. Just make sure I want it to cover a reasonable amount of the plate this time without getting in the way of my sentiment. So I'm just going to angle my leaves a little bit. There we go. Just cleaning my stamps as I go as well. And then going back to what I was saying before, you need to just line up the peaches where you want them to be in exactly the same way that we lined up the flowers. So I'm going to just lay them down and work out where I want them to be. Now, I would really like them to be there, but that is going to go over the top of the To a Sweet Friend. So what I am going to do, and you can do this on any stamp set. It's not going to work any other way around, I don't think. It's not going to be how I want. Well, I might get away with it. I might just get away with it. But I think that peach is definitely meant to be there, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to ink 2 of the peaches. I'm not going to ink this third one. So again, I'm going to line up my plate so that it's where I want it to be on the grid paper. I'm going to line up my my block, with the grid paper as well, so that when I then stamp it, it's going to be in the right place. And I am going to just ink up these two peaches. Okay, so these two here. And the way I'm going to do that is by going back to my sponge dauber again. Just make sure that we haven't got too much Calypso coral on it, because I don't want that. I want a paler. So just get rid of some of the Calypso coral. I'm going to go with the pale papaya. Let's just make sure I've got the right way around again. Yes, those two. And I'm going to ink them separately like this. So I'm not going to touch that one at all. I'm going to add a bit of Calypso coral down the sides. I am going to cover that space up as well so that I definitely don't get any ink. And then I'm going to line up the edges of my block again, make sure that it's where I want it to be. There we go. So I've only got my 2 peaches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this area up with some of those little flowers that I said were in the set instead. So I'm not going to leave it as a blank empty space. I'm going to cover it up with something, but I am going to cover it up with something that I'm a bit happier with. Is not going to go over my sentiment. So I'm going to go back to the stamps, and I'm going to grab let's have these little tiny ones and fill in the space using these little ones. Fill in the space and the sort of empty stems as well that have been left behind. There we go. Need to even it up a bit, so we'll add a few up here as well, and a couple off the edge there. There we go. So I'm really happy with that, actually, because my To a Sweet Friend has not been covered up, but I've still got a couple of peaches and some blossom. Okay, let's put those stamps back. There we go. So that's my plate finished. I'm just going to make sure that my stamps are going where they should do in the stamp set. So if you put them back in the same order that they came off of the stamp set, because you've got your markings now in the case, you can really easily see if you've got one missing, which is really helpful. Okie dokie, there we go. So this card, you're folding and creasing the card base. You're adding a pear pizzazz layer, the stripy layer, and then you're stamping something beautiful on your plate and sticking your plate on top. And then you should have, you've got a few little sort of starburst, little sprinkly things, little gems really in your set, or you can add, I've added on this particular one because I made it before I found these, I've just added sequins on here, so you can put whatever you like on it, any kind of bling really is fine. On my, let's see the other two. On the other two, again, I was using up colours that would match the fruit. So I've got red dots on my apples, and I've got white dots on my plums or cherries or whatever they are, currants rather. Yeah, you could make these into cherries as well, couldn't you? Oh, there's another one, look. So we've got chestnuts, we've got conkers, cherries, plums, currants, apples and peaches. And of course you could have oranges as well. So we're doing quite well, aren't we, for all these different fruits? That's great. So real variety, loads of choices that you can do with this stamp set. Yeah, so there we go. So how are people getting on? What are they? What are you stamping on your plate? What have you added? Oh, it seems to be off the edge of the camera, but there we go. Are people keeping going with the fruit theme, or have we moved into flowers or something entirely different? What have you got on yours? Has anybody tried the kind of daubering with the different colours technique before as well, to give you that extra kind of layer of tone or colour dimension? Anybody tried that before, or trying it tonight for the first time maybe? Do let me know. Die cut flowers, oh yeah, pretty. And that'd be lovely because you'll be able to get that layer and dimension, Sally, and tuck things behind, tuck the leaves behind and the stems behind and things like that. Brilliant idea, like that. Okay, I'm going to move these other ones out of the way and just bring the other cards in that we've already made tonight. So we've got this one, and we've got this one. So these are all of our Sweet as a Peach cards for tonight. I'll just give it a few minutes while people are kind of getting themselves sorted and finishing off before we look at our penguin. What's anybody else using? Sally's got die cut flowers. What else? Oops. Nice spotty paper here. Just get rid of the excess ink on my dauber. They wash actually. I will wash it later on. So just a bit of washing up liquid and the ink comes right out. So really easy to keep clean and you reuse. Like I said, I think they come in about a pack of 5 or something like that. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find them in the catalogue. But yeah, they're just brilliant for adding a bit of dimension and depth as well. If I can find them. Where are they? Oh, we got some thumbs up. That's cool. Guessing that means people are finished, which is brilliant. Here we go. So sponge daubers are number 6 on page 129. You've got a pack of 5 daubers for £4.75, so they're pretty much £1 a dauber, but they're completely reusable in much the same way as the blending brushes are. You just rinse them out, wash them with a little bit of soap or shampoo, and the ink comes right out. So there we go. That's our Sweet as a Peach cards. As I said before, Sweet as a Peach, or You're a Peach Sweet, is on pages 60 and 61 of the annual, the main, this one, the big catalogue. All your papers are here to see, your colours that go with the sweet, as well as all the different stamps, and it tells you how to do the daubering up in the corner here as well, lots of top tips. And then the dies are just at the bottom. Don't know if you can just see that. The bottom of the page here is the dies, where it shows you how you can get 10% off using the bundle if you buy the bundle. And if you want to just look at the dies on their own, the dies are at the back here. Where are they? Can I find them? Can I find them under pressure? They're here somewhere. They are definitely here somewhere. Can't find them now. Typical, isn't it? I'm looking for them. I can't see them. They're probably staring me straight in the face as well. Oh no, here they are. Of course they are. They're in the combined set. There they are. There's the peach dies. So they're on page 161 if you just want the dies on their own. Although to be honest, it's one of the few sets where I don't think there's a lot of benefit in having the dies on their own, because you really need the images to cut out. But there you go anyway. And the tags I was also going to find for you, because they are here as well. The tags are, there they are. Tailor-made tags are on page 166, and as it says, you've got the little mini symbol next to it as well. So they go really well through the mini cut and emboss machine. Audrey's struggling to get any video. Audrey, I would suggest you go out and refresh and come back in again. I know Sally's having some problems with connectivity tonight as well, but I don't think it's me, I'm afraid. I think it's probably you. And also the Stitch So Sweetly. So do you remember, where is it? This one, the blue stripy card. We had that beautiful stitched scallop edge. And also this card where we had that lovely plate as well that we stamped on. That's from the Stitch So Sweetly die set. So you've got loads of different sizes of stitched rectangles, stitched scalloped rectangles, and then a couple of different sentiment plates as well. So you could add a really big sentiment on the one that we've stamped on, or you can add, you know, the fruit or flowers or any other image as well. So there you go, a few hints and tips from the annual catalogue. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to our final card. And I'm going to show you how to put together the penguin. So here he is. Here's the card. So the papers are from the free celebration papers that you can get only until 11 o'clock tonight. But that's what the papers are from. So you've got stripes, you've got stars, you've got snowflakes, and then there's a whole range of images on the back as well, that are the penguin and his little friends, basically. The penguin suite itself is from page 33 of the mini catalogue, the Christmas catalogue, if you like. And the penguin has there's loads of little stamps you can get with him. So he can be whizzing down a snowy slope, or he can be sitting or standing, depending on how you stamp him out, how you punch him out and things. He comes with a punch. So that's the bits that you've got in your pack are the punched shapes that make your little penguin up. Okay. So I'm going to talk you through how to do it, and then I'll make the penguin. So you're going to add your stripy layer down the centre of your piece of card. So fold and crease your white card. Your stripy layer goes first, flat onto the card, down the centre of the card. Next, you've got your purple star layer, which goes slightly higher than the middle, slightly off centre, to allow space to put a sentiment should you want one at the bottom there. Okay. The next thing you've got is your iridescent snowflake, which is iridescent on one side, which is the side that I've got my snowflake up. And as you can see, the snowflake is free floating underneath the penguin. So I've only put a dab of glue in the very centre of the snowflake to hold him down. But if you want to, and we are going to do this on the Christmas workshop, if you turn your snowflake over, it's plain paper on the back, so you can colour your snowflake if you want to. We're going to colour with blends, with a blending brush when we make up our snowflake cards at the Christmas workshop, but you can colour with markers, with blending pens, with inks, with a dauber, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then you've got your penguin. So let's make up your penguin. So all your remaining bits for your penguin should be in your little bag that came in the kit. And you should have at least, some of you may have more depending on how mad I went with the cutting, or the punching rather. So you've got a black background for his main body. You've got a white bib for the front of him and for his eyes. You can immediately see he's taking shape now. Then you've got, let me get those out of the way. You've got some black little, don't know, pearls, black pearls that are going to be his eyes. And you've got a few of these, which actually are his feet, but which will also double up as his beak as well. Okay, so let's get those spares. Get those out of the way and get those snowflakes out of the way. I'll put the snowflakes on that card in a moment. Let's get these out of the way a minute, these feet. So, I suggest you use wet glue to keep everything where you want it to be. Put a bit of wet glue on the back of your, not too much, but a bit on the middle, on the back of your white bib. And then start by lining it up at the bottom and to the sides, okay? And you just need to tap him in place. You don't need to go mad gluing him down, because a bit of wet glue will keep him in place. I then suggest that you put 2 dobs on the bottom here on his bib for his feet, and then put his feet in place next. And again, I'm just sort of lying them down. I am not going mad with the whole sticking them down thing, really. Just, oops, these are fiddly, aren't they? Just a little bit of glue and they'll stay in place. They'll dry in place, so that will be fine. Next, I wouldn't do the beak. I would do the eyes next. And just take them off and stick them in the middle. They go in the middle of this, of the white kind of eye socket area, if you like. There's his eyes. Some people will have big eyes like my penguin, and some people will have small eyes like the one that I'm making up now. I don't think it really matters. He's meant to be a comedy penguin. He's not meant to be perfectly in proportion or anything. And then once you've done that, then you can see fairly clearly where his beak needs to go. So the same thing as the feet, I would stick a dab of glue where you want his beak to be. In the middle, where that little kind of peak of the black comes down. And then stick his beak on. Just make sure you've got it straight, which I haven't. There we go. There we go. Kind of. That's better. Oops. And there's your penguin. All right. So that is your playful penguin from, no, it's called From Penguin Place. Your Penguin Place penguin. So all of those bits are from one single punch. So dead easy to do. Right, I'm going to use my little snowflakes and I'm going to add these as snowflakes onto my previously made penguin, I think. Just add a bit of sparkle. Why not? There we go. Bit of sparkle. Okay, and that is all of our cards made tonight then. So let's have one final attempt to give away some prizes, shall we? I'm trying so hard to give away my raffle prizes tonight. There we go. Let's try again. One last go. See if I can give them away. Oh, let's bring in the other numbers just in case anybody has remembered or found that they are any of these. Okie dokie. Let's have that one there that's on the top hiding. So my final raffle ticket for tonight is 224. Who's got number 224? Come on, own up. Somebody must have it. 224, and you have the pick of all of the prizes because none of the others have been claimed. And while you're thinking about it, I'll have a slurp of my cold tea. Gosh, we're bang on time tonight as well. Look at that. Oh, that's me. Brilliant, Jodie. I am so pleased. Right then, Jodie, which one do you want? Do you want the bedazzling paper, the stamp set, or the trim? Jodie, tell me which one you'd like. Just goes to prove that I didn't put the wrong box of numbers in or anything. If Jodie's won one, then I must have the right one. So what prize would you like? Stamp set, papers, or trim? And if anybody now wants to claim 229 or 233, or they want to claim number 243 from the weekend, then please shout now, because I have a stamp set waiting for number 243 as well. The paper, brilliant. Right, there you go. The bedazzling paper is yours. It is yours. It's here. Okay. Right, okay then. Let's just turn the camera around to have some lights off a minute, and see if I've got anything else I need to tell you. Let's turn the camera around. There we go. Hello. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I really hope that you've enjoyed Card Club tonight. I'm sorry Evelyn's not here to natter along and you have to listen to me moaning the whole time and chippering on, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've been able to keep up and you've made the cards or something similar. Oh, Marion's 243 from the weekend. Yay! Hooray, Marion. Right, Marion, Textures and Frames is yours. I'm going to write your name on it. That is brilliant news. Oh, I'm so pleased. Good. Right, let me just stick that on there before I forget. 243 from the weekend is Marion. Brilliant. Right, there we go. Let's put that. There we go. There we are, Marion. 243 is yours. Okay. So we've still got 233 and 229. If you know anybody who was not able to craft with us tonight, but has, you're welcome, has raffle tickets, then please get them to claim them from me. Every card club and every time I do a raffle, I have something that is unclaimed. And 9 times out of 10, nobody comes back to me and claims it. So yeah, I hang on to the prizes. So if you're watching an old workshop with a kit that you've got, please let me know if you've got a winning raffle ticket, because the prize will still be here for you. Oh, Susie, you're really, really welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so just a quick refresh, quick reminder. If you want any Celebration items free, you have to order tonight before 11 o'clock. I have earned a G&T, I agree. You'll need to order online. Amber will claim anything that's unclaimed, I bet you will. Yeah, you have to order before 11 o'clock tonight because that's when Celebration ends. And you will need to order online yourselves, because I've already done my last order for Celebration today. I did it this morning. So that's Celebration. What have we got coming up? October Craft Club is a week earlier than it normally would be, because the last week of October is half term for schools, and we're going away for that Thursday night. We're not away for the whole week, but we are away for that Thursday night. So I'm going to run Card Club a week earlier. Can't remember the date, but it'll be out in the email tomorrow. It would really, really, really help me if you could book and pay as soon as possible, because I really want to get on with cutting projects and, oh, you're welcome, Marion, and sending stuff out, posting stuff out to people who want to come. So yeah, if you could let me know as soon as possible, that'd be great. So in October, we've got Coffee Club, which the packs are here if you're someone who collects. And if you're not, if you have it posted, they were posted yesterday, day before, yesterday, I think they were posted. So you should be getting your packs for Coffee Club quite soon. I'll show you the card we're going to be making for Coffee Club, actually. Looks really technical, but it's dead clever and dead easy. Look, and it folds, oops, wrong way, folds up flat, go in an envelope, in a normal size envelope, whoop, and then it pops down, and it's a little stand up on its own. Woo.
if you don't drop it. It's a little stand up on its own. And this is the other little characters from the papers that go with Penguin Place, by the way. You're welcome, Dee. So we're going to be making that cute little pop-up. You probably also be able to see behind me the Blackberry suite of cards that we made at the weekend. Do go and check out the videos if you weren't able to join us then. Got yours today, Carol. Brilliant. That's good then. So Coffee Club is being received. That's good. Yeah, so if you don't want to, if Facebook's not your friend or you're not greatly reliable on Facebook for getting the videos, I'm putting everything onto my YouTube channel as well now. So this will go on there later and, or tomorrow actually, probably this will go on there. But the workshop, both recordings from the weekend are on there. So if you want to use the measurements and make other cards, or if you haven't had a go at them yet, it's on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So yeah, in October we've got Coffee Club, we've got Card Club, which is a week earlier than normal, email out tomorrow, please book as soon as possible. And we've also got Christmas, oh my gosh, Christmas extravaganza all day, yeah! The excitement. If you've already booked for that, I've nearly finished making the packs up for that, so I will let you know as soon as I have that they're either on their way to you in the post or they're ready for collection. It's going to be a big pack of stuff because it's all day crafting. We've got 3 separate sessions of crafting, and so 3 packs of stuff for each session. On top of that, you've got loads of free stuff. On top of that, you've got the selection boxes that were, I put a photo on Facebook on the page. It's sort of tea time-ish, lunchtime-ish, I don't know, sometime this afternoon anyway. So go check that out if you want to see what you're going to get in your selection box. You've also got loads of extra free crafty stuff as well that's coming to you in the Christmas workshop. And we've also got Amber showcasing some cards in one of the breaks, and Evelyn is going to do some more penguin cards in the other break. So you're going to have a whole jam-packed day full of stuff. You can dip in and out, you can watch a bit, you can go away, you can come back the next day and watch some more, you can come back a week later and watch some more, you can come back a month later and watch some more. So it'll all be recorded, including the lunchtime session. So I will send all this out in an email to everyone who's signed up, but the morning session and the afternoon session are going to be here, Facebook Live, like this. The lunchtime session, we're going to try, if I can get Marion to book it for me, we're going to do a Zoom session so that we can have a chat and so that we can catch up and so that we can make the projects that we're making at the lunchtime session on Zoom. But I will try and record it as well. So actually, it might not work, Marion booking it. I might have to book it myself. But anyway, I'll work it out. Don't worry about that. We'll work it out. But we'll record it so you will still be able to see it. Yeah, so really exciting. Can't wait for that. Then November, we've got Coffee Club and Card Club. And December, we've got Coffee Club the first week in December, which will be our last Christmas card. And then we've got mystery stamping on, I think it's the 9th of December, I think I put in the email. Anyway, go check out Monday's email, it's on there. If you're watching this on a catch up or anyway, or you're new and you want to sign up to the newsletter or anything like that, let me know. I'll put you on the mailing list for the newsletter. It's a weekly email as well as the workshop kind of emails, so just let me know if you want to be on that. Yeah, that's it, I think. My gosh, we've crammed loads in. So yeah, good to see you all, kind of virtually, almost see you all, kind of see you all. I will see you soon.